All right. Wow, you all, I made it. Yay! Oh, wow. Hour later, you all, but I had to. Most definitely had some internet issues, but I was determined not to give up. Yes, I'm going to most definitely try to make sure that I not hold you all over. I know 9 o'clock is what the goal was, but I did not control the internet. The connection would not connect, and for a minute I thought that it was going to rain here, but it didn't. And so something said, "Go up, turn it off, put it back on again." It just kept doing that, y'all. It kept doing that. And so this is the reason why I wasn't able to tune in at 9 a.m. Nothing harsh, just my internet just would not connect. And so yes, pushed back an hour. But I wanted to make sure that I stayed in for the momentum because it's Wellness Wednesday, and I did not want to miss a whole nother entire week without coming before you all if it wasn't a dire emergency. So for those of you all that tune in and get a chance to go back, make sure that you subscribe, like, and share to those of you all that would like to have a nice inspirational talk and that would like to ask questions on this Wellness Wednesday with yours truly, me, Dr. Shell Felicia Ann Hill. So I appreciate you all for your support and for those of you all that are trying to stay in. I know there's some that probably was trying to have it tuned in um, for the 9 a.m. slot. And I was excited and ready to go. However, internet had its own set time that it was going to allow itself to boot up. And so it's okay. We're going the show must go on. They used to have a saying that one monkey don't stop a show. Well, one lagging computer does not neither. And so therefore, I'm just going to just give everybody a little bit of time to get a few that tune in to realize that I am live. I am here. I did not give up or give in. I was allowed a little time. I want to shout out to Flossie Turmeric Tea. Y'all know where to find her. Come on now, y'all. This has helped save my life. I did something that I was not supposed to do. I'm gonna share that with y'all. I did something that I was not supposed to do and twist something in my back. And I, by nature, I'm very flexible. Thank all praise be to God for that. And so you can just imagine that I was not expecting that. And so for the last couple of days, it's my short testimony as well as on Wednesday. I pulled something, and yes, of course, I did do a whole lot of extra things I normally didn't do. I got a chance to play my bongos for over an hour, and I did some extra things without doing that whole self care thing where you soak, relax the muscles, and so that matters, you all, when you extend the body out more than what it's used to. It doesn't matter whether you're young or whether you're more mature. It doesn't matter. You have to do the proper self-care. So I didn't soak after I did all this extra stuff this week. And so when I decided that I was going to be in a little cramped space, hey, bro, my computer, if you guys go back, you see it would not boot up for me, but I decided not to give up. I know it's crunching on other people's time, but I had to make sure that I appeared because we missed last week, and I didn't want to give in. I didn't want to give up, and I wanted to make sure that I tuned in because so many people reached out to me, and I was so happy that different ones got their colon cleanse and their moringa, and I was like, hey, and I could hear the excitement just through the phone, and so they like, hey, brother Lamar, how you doing? How you doing? Much love. I was trying to get back to you, but my computer is, I'm gonna be honest, I have so much content, so much stuff. I literally have to clear out a lot. It lags sometimes, not the computer, but the phone does. And so I didn't mean to reach out to you. So if you need a session, do me a favor and just text in 2 days and 2 times that's good for you. Okay. And then we could have a sort prayer in session. Okay. So I'm willing to do that for you because I did see you reach out. But and so And then, but Starks, how you doing? It's always a blessing to see my DC people show up when they can, because I know that caught everybody off guard. I'm just sitting here just watching y'all know how it is when you're trying to tune in, and then it's just got that little circle thing going on, and it's just doing this. And as I'm looking at the time, so I'm saying, you're being too patient. You need to do something else. And so finally, I just went upstairs and I just just shut it all the way down. And then so I boot it back up. And voila, it came back on. I had a whole lot of information already jotted in. I thought I was getting a real good start. And so I'm like, wait a minute, this is not testing me Tuesday, is it? No, there's like, now remember, it's Wellness Wednesday. So you have to be well with this, no matter how much this internet is lagging. And so it's okay, you all. I'm just thankful that I made it before you all. I'm not going to try to take up too much more time. So I'm going to say a real short prayer, and we're going to go right into it because I'm just thankful that I got a chance to come on. And so I'm going to go into it now. Father, we thank you so much for allowing us and blessing us to be able to come before you one more time on this Wellness Wednesday. I'm just thankful and appreciate you for allowing us to all wake up this morning, for those of us who's tuning in now and those who will see later that didn't give in to the lagging internet, but that I chose to tune in anyhow, just in case there's someone that may need a uplifting, encouragement, inspirational talk about how to stay well within their mind, body, and their souls. We thank you and we appreciate you, and we hope that and pray that you bless our going in and our coming out in the name of Jesus. In Yeshua HaMashiach we pray. Amen. Okay, y'all. Get to the good stuff. Guess what today is? Okay, okay. Y'all know now what the extra. Y'all know what it is already now. Y'all see me cheese real hard, and it's stuff going on, and I'm still got a smile on my face. Hey, Sister Candy, I'm glad to see. Look forward to our session come Thursday for sure. Feel free to call in an hour in advance if you could, because sometimes I get bombarded with calls and then it'll crunch over to that time. So I do confess that happens sometimes. So please feel free to call in earlier if you want to, as for the reminder that your schedule is still good and ours is. But yes, so I do look forward to. You got an 18-year-old girl. You look like you're 18. Talking about you got an 18-year-old. So I give it back to you the way they give it to me. Today is 19. My daughter Naomi, she's 19 today. That is the baby girl. And no, she's not baby. She's 19 going on 120. Yes. She's an old soul for sure. And she might decide to come down, because I told her like over an hour ago, I said, you just want to come down and wave your kid. She may decide to come down. She's staying with mommy for the weekend. So we were going to try and do the little thing called the float. It's called, you guys look it up. For this Wellness Wednesday, this is a good share. Maybe a few of you all already, or whoever tunes in afterwards. So make sure you like and share, because I'm going to drop some little other wellness nuggets here. A place that's called Float STL. I think there may be one in different states on Bayou, and Float STL here, it provides, it's like a pod, or either you have like a big room where they fill the water with minerals, salt and minerals that has magnesium in it that allows the body to float in water, pure water. You can do it, and you have your own room to yourself. It is very therapeutic. I'm telling you what, some of my close friends have shared with me, because they reminded me. They said, they was like, Felicia, you never really did anything for your birthday outside of go out to eat. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm well. And so I didn't, think too much of it. I said, no, we're going to do it for Naomi, because she had just as a stressful time this year that I'm coming into this newborn birthday year, just like I did. And so, and I call her my water baby, because she came out with so much life. I thought I was going back to school and doing some other things after having the first 3 back to back. And no, we got blessed with real lively, bubbly, very animated. I wonder where she get it from. we're not going to worry about that. Miss Naomi, so I couldn't help but to call her Naomi, and so therefore, and yes, I did get it from out the Bible, the biblical. I wanted her to have wisdom, and I wanted her to when she would read when she first grew up to learn what the story of Naomi was in the Bible. I wanted to. I couldn't wait to get a chance to explain to her that I named you this not just because of it was in the Bible, but because the story was about a woman that triumphed through hard times and through the passing away of her of losing her sons and her. And I know it sounds sad, but it was more of a faith-based thing for me to her to understand that no matter what life throws at you, and it just seems to be the theme of my life as well, that you, when you reflect back on this story and how I named you this name, that you have the heart and the mind to always persevere, never to give up, never to give in. And so that's the reason why I named her Naomi. And so that's the short break on Miss Naomi. And so she is very spiritual minded young lady. And she makes sure that I try to stay in shape. She was the child. Yes, I'm telling off on her. She was the child that when I started to get a little pudge in my stomach. Now, mind you, I birthed 4 children. Okay. And came out just fine outside and needing to restore my minerals and vitamins. She would point at the stomach and say, Mommy, you got a little, why your belly a little fat? And I'm like, look at her like, look, girl, you know how we do. You know how we do, kids. Hey, sister, child. I was like, you know how we do. Like, look, girl, what you talking about? You saying that like I didn't lose all of my baby fat. And so she would challenge me and didn't know she was challenging me. She was just being a kid and coming in the restroom with her mom and seeing me get together, and she pointed at my belly. And so actually she was the child that motivated me. The last one, you all know yourself, if you're the baby of the family and you're lively and you're fearless and you're old soul too. Well, that's what I get for naming her Naomi. But she's the one that truly inspired me to know that I had to stay in shape as much as possible. And because I had a little eyes that was watching me, that was not understanding that no, you cannot take a break from this. We don't care how many mummies lose, get out of weight and then, get out of shape and let themselves go for whatever reason, or if it's just in their DNA. She wasn't happening. And so I often think about that when I decide that I'm like, okay, I got a lot of work to do. I don't want to work out. This is Wellness Wednesday. Keep this in mind. I often think about those times when she was a toddler and she was talking to me about my little belly, my little pudge. And I'm trying to rationalize it in my head. And at that time, I was still in my late 20s, getting ready to hit 30. And I was, because I had her 27. Yes. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I'm doing good. But no, I said it to her father not long ago. Children have a way of making even the parents grow up and challenging us without even knowing that they're challenging us to set forth the best example that we can for them. And so for that, I'm thankful. I'm humbled. I'm appreciative because I can't get that little voice and her little image out of my head. Now that she's 19, on the 19th, I'm like, okay, what do you want to do, young lady? And the thing that I'm most thankful about is that even though my daughter's there, Deja and niece, she'll be 23 on the 24th. We're going to let them celebrate on the weekend. I said, Lord, okay, what is it that I want to be thankful for concerning this week, seeing that I have 2 back-to-back here, 2 birthdays back-to-back. And I had just, thank God, I listened to them when they said what they wanted. or what they would like. And so I asked, I said, what do you want? You want to get you, yeah, that little vegan junk cake or whatever. And what do you want to do? And honestly, they were very humble. And I said, okay, Father, thank you. They's like, Mom, you don't have to do much. Now, mind you, I'm still channeling that my firstborn that's transitioned on to glory, Najee, that we'll celebrate and we will remember on her birthday. But I'm still channeling, okay, I have two daughters left here and other daughter-like young people in my life that consider me like a mother figure to them or a big sis or auntie to them. And so during this time, of course, you can imagine it's just um, more sensitive about it this time. I'm gonna admit it. Yeah, more aware, more sensitive about it now that Najee has transitioned on, and I'm watching him. And now for me, this wellness Wednesday still go right back to the mind and the emotions and how we channel things as life changes, as the shifts come. And I sit back and I think about how how am I supposed to be processing this in a healthy way? I know I'm supposed to be thankful that I got two daughters left, that and that there are some that children have passed on and they had no more children. So I'm automatically thankful for that, and I'm thankful for my son. I'm even thankful for my stepchildren that I had in my life. And I said, you know what? I said, okay, Father, when they said, Mom, you don't have to do much. We know you're trying to move. We know you got this going on. It's okay. Don't go out your way. It's simple. We just want to be basically around you. I said, now that right there is something to thank God for. And so, okay, I try not to get choked up. Okay, y'all know how I am. I'm strong on my visions and all this other stuff that God has blessed me to be when I'm supposed to be it. But at the same time, I know it's important, especially as us as Black women, with all this whole strong exterior stuff going on. It is very important for us to show the feminine caring nature, emotional side too, to balance out and just to be thankful so that, you know, people don't only view you and only see the work side of you and just that I got something to sell, something to say to you side of us. Because I do think that unfortunately we live in a time where a lot of the mental issues and mental problems and spiritual problems that our people are having today. And the reason why, even though the internet wouldn't allow me to boot up at 9 o'clock, I still came on, was not just because her birthday was today, but because the fact that I realized just how critical it is for us to, for as many of us that are in these positions, to speak and to inspire and to pray and to love on our people in a healthy way, that we do diligent with explaining to you all that just because we got a few keys and answers and knowledge about how to be healthy and how to be well, or we claim to know the Lord and all these other spiritual things, that we show that human side as well. That side of us that makes you know that no, it's not just a business, it's not just a ministry, it's not just a talk, it's not just a chat, but this is our life. This is real life, the human and divine is what the scriptures say. And so, meaning we have to learn how to be the example to show the balancing act and ask God for the wisdom to how to balance both. And this is how we get or become well within our minds. And if you want to speak from a spiritual energy way, then you become well within your soul. And so I believe in that. And or else I know I wouldn't have made it. I would not have made it to see this birthday for Naomi, and I wouldn't have been able to see this Earth Day for myself if I had thought about all of the different tests and trials that come to cause so many of us mental illnesses and mental problems and spiritual deficits and all these different things that come in order to give people suicidal thoughts, because that is something that's been on the rise. I don't like to use the term as much because of I believe that we do give a lot of power to the activity in the mind of it when we put a lot of emphasis on negative things that come to destroy us as people. Um, it does. It's one thing to bring about awareness, but then I ask sometimes, like, really, do we really need to be made aware that our people are being so? Hey, Krista, how you doing? It's good to see you, girl. I was looking to call you. Massage. Need a massage. Naomi's birthday is today. Let me know if you're available. I was going to take her out, but I can get there. That's a massage therapist, y'all, here in town. She's a beautiful, beautiful soul. And yes, I still got the massage table. So call me, count 314-705-6264. Yes, it says needed, and I'll talk to you because I did something that I wasn't supposed to do. I had to take that break. She did my mother-in-law massage. You also give a shout out to Miss Crystal Price. She's a beautiful soul. And she did such a thank you. Yeah, she did such a great job with the massage on, was it last year? Is it last year or the year before last? And so I was so thankful because I kept praying. I said, Father, there's so many people out here doing massages, but as you know, the touch and who you're being touched by matters. That some of you all are going into these places and people are massaging on you and you're wondering why you're coming back, feeling some type of energy or some type of way, even though in the act of it, it felt good to massage the muscles and to get tension out. But then if you ever gotten one and then you realize that something is off in your system, even though you had that temporarily comfort doing the process, but afterwards you felt something negative there, it's because the spirit and the energy of who's touching you, the power of touch is very important. So I got to share that with you all on this Wellness Wednesday because that's very critical. Be selective. It's no different between when you allow people to do your hair. I'm going to be honest, this is why I do my own hair 99% of the time. 99. You might want to add a 1.230 on there. Not because I don't know people that do a good job at it or that don't have good spirits. It's just I understand the power of touch and touching that crown, how important that is. And if you can find the time to take care of yourself, women and men now, because there are men that have hair, that's important. What kind of music is playing around you is very therapeutic, or it could be very satanic and very demonic. That's even the time that, there are some I know that's into hip hop and all this other stuff. That's a time that you don't even need that either. You need things that's going to music or sound waves that's going to be operating at a high vibration. Love is 430 vibration and up. That does matter. Matter. Look at the word. That matters. That matter goes into your body, your energy, which some call your spirit, and it will determine whether or not you feel good for the rest of that day or not. Now, the main component is how you think, because now you can fight against these type of things when you're allowing the body to be catered to, massaged, or your hair be done, or even in cases where y'all are getting your nails done. Keep in mind that those areas, those places are toxic. I share with my daughter them all the time, and yes, they are into it. I wasn't. It's foreign to me, but I've learned that this is time and generation where there are some that believe different, and that's okay. They said, no, I'm going to force my children to do this. I'm going to force them to not to do that. And no, I don't. I have not practiced that. I did when they were up to about the ages 15, 16 years old. And then after that, I just said, okay, they're artistic children. They need to express themselves the way they are. And then this way I get to know what they're taking in their minds. I get to learn from their era what is good and what is positive for them. Even though I know it's for the most part, still there are some things that they have to experience on their own in order to have a better appreciation for that is natural. So I've noticed that even though, hey, there's Sister Tara, and so I've noticed that there was times when they would go in for the nails and the hair and all that extra stuff, and then before you know it, another week go by, and they say, "Oh, they come out with their pretty big curly afro." To myself, "Oh, and I see their little energy change, and I just sit back, I just push back, and I just look. I say, "Huh? So you feeling real good and natural today, huh?" And they just smile. I'm like, "Yeah, I feel good." I was like, "Oh, okay, I said, "Nothing like the original way God made you, huh?" They like, yeah, I was like, okay, I just want to make sure that y'all ain't forgotten to just be thankful and to embrace the natural, beautiful part of yourself while you all experiment on these other things. And so I'm just thankful for that. And some of you all may have encountered that with your nieces and nephews and cousins. And if you're able to be influential and to encouraging them, compliment them more, you all, because that matters. On this Wellness Wednesday, remember, I'm always going to tell you all the same thing. Hey, Ruby, good to see you. I'm always going to tell you the same thing, especially with the young people. This is one of my first passions, is working with children and young people. Is that they need encouragement from us, because they're used to getting disciplined. They're used to being told what to do, how to do it, just like we were coming up. We really got scolded on every little. I don't know about you all, but I did. We got scolded on everything, critiqued about everything, and I was like, Father, I did the same thing that everybody else said. When I grow up, I'm not gonna do my children like that. And I'm like, okay. Get up there, and before I know it, I'm picking with them too. Well, wait a minute now. Why that skirt got to be? It's a little bit too fitted. Well, wait a minute. Them heels a little bit too grown for you, you know. And I had to catch myself. I said, okay. Just like we had to get to a place for those of us who are spiritual people that claim to be children of God. Just like God had to work on us and critique us and get us, even if your thing wasn't your outer appearance, but it's your inward man, your inward woman, where you know you're wrestling with jealousy, you know you're wrestling with envy, you know you're wrestling with a lion spirit, you know you're wrestling with your sexual forces that you just can't seem to keep in check. You're wrestling with gluttony. You're wrestling with all these other things. Then you say you're guilty of one, you're guilty of them all. Meaning they all eventually at some point fall into line. Meaning there's none of us that are perfect. None of us that we all have to get to a place where we learn how to strive for perfecting ourselves inwardly first. Our spirit, our spiritual self inwardly first, and then it shows without. And this is how we produce the mindset that, okay, if I want to feel good within, by clearing up my thoughts, making sure that I'm thankful, I'm thanking God, the Creator, every day for what I do, for what He's given me the ability to do. Then that means also blessing that food and making sure that you're asking Scripture, acknowledging Him in all your ways so that He can direct your path. If we do that, you all, the Wellness Wednesday will be a piece of cake. Y'all will be popping up. Y'all will be cutting on the internet and be seeing everybody. Wellness this, Wellness Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. It'll be everywhere. I'm actually praying for that time to come where, yes, even though it's a lot of information out here, once you get into this zone that was, used for a lot of negative things, and it is still to this day, I am one that believes that the positive can overwhelm, can can balance out the negative, and we can get the right amount of power, the positive power, spiritually and naturally, that we need out of anything that God has allowed us to create. Now, that's my thought, my first thought on Wellness Wednesday. Now, hey, Sister Lauren. Hey, Janelle. It's good to see all of you all. It's so good to see you all. And so I'm telling you now, this is where my praise report is first. I had to give credit where credit was due. Y'all know Miss Flossie. Remember that turmeric tea? We couldn't come before you guys for the cooking show on Friday, but I thought I had her little. That's okay. I think it's on here. You go to Flossie's turmerictea.com. She does deliver from state to state. This thing helped me, you all, so tremendously this Wellness Wednesday. When I tell you that I done some extra things that I was not supposed to do, and don't y'all dare for 1 second, nobody. I'm casting away now. Don't be talking about, well, Dr. Shell, well, you are 48, whatever. I've been doing what I've been doing. I flip up and down. I still do cartwheels. I still jump on the trampoline. I still do all the stuff that I'm supposed to do. And y'all not finna catwheel me and try to make it seem like that just because I did the little extra stuff that I'm supposed to be paining and aching in the back. But I'm gonna tell the truth. It happened this week. It did. But I also did a whole lot of extra things that I normally don't do without fully nurturing and taking care of my body the way I was supposed to. I didn't soak like I was supposed to calm my muscles. So when y'all know y'all have those extra work days and you're doing your most, you're supposed to go ahead, go old school, get that Epsom salt, put it in the bath. If you got some lavender, some real organic lavender, put that in there and soak for about 15, 20 minutes. Well, I didn't do that. And I wound up getting crunched up in this little bitty old little car, this little Mercedes Benz, and it was crunching. I'm used to the SUV, so I'm used to my body being balanced out right and being able to smooth in and get out and be happy. I'd rather jump down out of something than to be crunched down into something. Well, I did that for 3 days straight, y'all. And then I also got a chance to beat my drums and my bongos for over about an hour. And I was overworking myself. I'm just doing the most. And then I turned around in that little cramped car. And I went to go reach for it because it was raining and storming real bad. And I'm looking at the skies and I'm looking at all of the thunder that's coming. And I'm like, okay, that lightning was too close. We got to get this umbrella. So I bent. It was a more tighter squeeze than what I was used to. I turned so hard and stretched while overstretching my back. Overstretched it. And the pain from it took me back to when I got rear-ended by a drunk driver back in 2008. It took me back to when I was 21 now. 21. And I was a CNA at the time. And this tall 300-pound man had, they said he could step up. The charge nurse told me that he could stand. One of the charge nurses told me that the male could stand. This man was about 6'3". Mind you, he was 7'3", not 6. I know that height because my father was close to the height, but this man was 7'3", 300 some pounds. And they told me that don't worry about anything. He can stand. Goes to pick him up, goes to help and assist him get into his wheelchair. And this man proceeded to tilt forward on me. Mind you, I am only 110 at this point, and I am only 5'3". And so as this man is falling forward down on me, like about to crown my head, I took every strength that I had in me. You would have thought I was Samson on that day trying to push pillows, and I did it. And I held them up as much as I could, but I could feel my back stretching like never before. And I'm looking at the chair, and I took my feet. Don't ask me y'all how I did it. It was God. And I took the feet and I pulled the wheelchair back up him, and I pushed with everything that I had, and I set him down in the wheelchair. Woo! I walked away from that. I asked him, was he okay? I walked away from it. When I tell you, it felt like somebody had detached my spine from me. That's how bad the pain was. I had to go home right then and there. I couldn't move for 2 weeks straight. Any little bit of move felt like somebody was taking I don't know how it feels to get a knife put to me, but the way it looks when you see it on the movies or you hear about it, that's how bad it looked. It felt like it hurted. I couldn't move. I was afraid. I was everything. My mother was praying over me, and I couldn't go to the hospital at that time. And I stayed on the couch. I had to sleep on the couch for 2 whole weeks straight. At this time, we wasn't practicing anything natural, you all. So I had to allow the body to heal naturally by just being still. And that was the hardest thing to do at 21 years old. You can just imagine. And so they let me go because they said she's going to be a liability with her back being out of whack like that. They had already, a little unknown to me, with that being only the second nursing home that I had worked for, they automatically viewed that as a means to let go, that she can wind up getting workers' comp from us and da this and da that. And so I didn't think that I was going to heal up, you all, but my body did. And so that's what this almost felt similar to. Getting hit by a drunk driver, rear-ended by a drunk driver sitting at the light, and having a 300-pound, 7-foot tall man fall down on me. And so I did, but here it goes. Notice what I said. The first injury was at 21, and then the second one happened when I was in my early 30s. Okay, I'm 48 now. I didn't recover from those. It took 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then and from the drunk driver, it took about a month. And I had to walk it out. I did aerobic water therapy at the YMCA, and then I had a chiropractor that I was able to go to get readjusted. I had knots in my back, bulging disc, slight concussion, blurred vision. I refused to do anything unnatural, allow them to give me a drug because I knew I had to take care of my children. And so that's when I was introduced to a beautiful queen that I mentioned to you all before by the name of Loretta Ship. And she's a holistic coach as well. And she has her own health store as well. And so from there, I just went in with the essential oils, the soaking in the baths, started eating more smoothies. I was working with a company at the time called Amway. At that time, they really had some really good vitamins that was right off the back, giving it to myself and my family and others. We was getting some good results. And I'm saying all this to say that how is it that I recover now within 3 days, even though I was younger then? I hadn't been eating as well as I eat now. I wasn't eating as healthy as I eat now. Okay. And I'm 48. Now this is 20, this is almost 20 years ago. And then almost 30 years ago for the first injury. How is it that I'm healing faster now at 48 versus at 21 and at 30? Well, I'm going to tell you how. I didn't have turmeric tea in my cupboard at that time. Nobody was talking about turmeric at that time. The Indians were, I'm sure the Indonesian people had it. It's been out for ages. It's a superfood. We didn't have that. I hadn't been introduced to the moringa at the time. I hadn't had any colon cleanse at that time. I wasn't taking vitamin D at the time and K2. So that's why I said we can't blame everything on age, you all. That pain was just as excruciating. I'm trying to help you out here on Wellness Wednesday because they have tried to make us think that just because we quote unquote age, that means that your body is going to break down on you. No, your body breaks down on you, and I'm a living witness. I don't have to use nobody else's testimony. Technically, I do not have to use anyone else's testimony. It's a good thing to hear from others. But having your own is just as powerful. It can help someone else to overcome. But so I bust through that. That's the reason why I say it. Not because I some people, I'm young, I'm not gonna never get old. No, I have suffered this to know what I'm talking about. So I've been doing these items for the last couple of weeks, and I accredit these health products as helping my body to recover from me twisting and overstretching that spine again to the point to where I'm standing up. It felt like something is pulling ready to rip the bottom of my spine apart. And so all I had to do was last night, after the third day of this excruciating pain, I went ahead and I soaked in the Epsom salt for about 20 minutes in some hot water. Flossie came through. As you all know, she is a registered nurse for 20-something years. And she made sure I got in the house, and she said, hey, get the turmeric tea, warm it up, and you drink on that. I'm not leaving until you do it. You gotta love those type of friends, right? Because now she turns it to me. But since she's quote unquote more mature at 60, technically, she's almost old enough to be my mother. And so I'm like, okay, yes, ma'am. But in my mind, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this my house. Did she just tell me she not going nowhere until I drink? Like, really gonna wait until she tells me, no, don't use the hot pot. You use the which. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the head. Like, I got my doctorate now. I'm the holistic coach. she's like, no. Warm it up, right? Put it in. I want to see. Let me see the cup. Let me see if it's hot enough. Like, I say, man, she a little bit more rougher. I'm thinking to myself, do you got to be so aggressive about it? But I knew it was all in love, is what I'm saying. Hey, there, Riri, that's my cousin. Hey, love. Look, and so, yeah, and so I'm like, man, now, yeah, if lift the strip, y'all, instead of me caring and nurturing and being able to tell everybody something, now she's able to get me. And I'm like, okay, man, I know I got to listen. And so I went ahead, I sipped on the turmeric tea, and I promise you, I felt this once again, because I never had to sip on it with pulling anything. And I felt the calm and the cool and how it would relax my muscles in less than 10 minutes. I felt it. And so it gave me a perfect sleep. I got my heat pad. I'm giving y'all all of them. Go to Walmart, Walgreens, get those long little heat pads. Some of y'all got them. Use them. Instead of y'all talking about, I ain't got this. I ain't got the one Dr. Shiv. I came, I'm going to have to wait. You know, I broke my arm and I can't get the moringa right away. No, I'm giving you guys the pointers, all the tips that you need, that you can do on your own, that you can have access to, that can help heal the body whenever you have sprung something, pulled something, or have muscle aches and pains, headaches. There are other alternatives. It's not just about buying everything offline. Some of these things are in your reach. Always keep a heating pad. I had a nice long one. I'm sure it didn't cost me probably no more than $20. And I pulled out that heat pad. I laid it on my back, sipped on my warm turmeric tea. I said, when I get up, I'm going to do my vitamin D3 and K2 for the muscles. I'm going to do this moringa. That's why I brought this. I already poured my turmeric tea in my nice little muggy thing. Y'all investing in some nice little, and I got a little top to it. And I said, okay, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to take, because I still got just a little pain, just a little pain. And this is how you use the moringa. So y'all wondering how I do it. Now I can do it. You can do it powder form, but this is my tea leaf kind. I want it all in me. And I put it inside of this turmeric. You don't have to use turmeric. I just want the double dose of it. So that came out to 1 tablespoon. That's how you use my turmeric. It's only $15. You can't order. I think I have maybe about 10 more orders left that I can send out before I have to restock. So it's getting low, you all. That's what I'm trying to say. I do have plenty of the colon cleanse for $40, and I do ship all around the world. And yes, this is how I do it. Oh, and then I like that it doesn't make your tea taste. It didn't change the taste of the turmeric tea. It's so pure, so smooth, so everything. And ooh, y'all. Woo. Okay, let me take that in. Let me take that in. Okay, I had to do that, so I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna take that. Don't leave your silver spoons too. If you have real, so don't leave that metal. That silver will seep off into a hot drink. Just for the record, put that over to the side. And then, of course, I know it helped that I'm taking the colon cleanse. I did notice for those of you all that want to lose, if you got 20 or more pounds to lose or gut health that you're trying to get rid of, I do recommend that you increase your dose to 2 or 3 spoons a day. You can split it up, one whole tablespoon in an 8-ounce cup. And then if you want to do that, like let's say 10, 11 o'clock, then you want to do another one a couple of hours later. Then I have gotten the reports that people are recognizing that they get more of an immediate response within 24 hours of getting a good bowel movement for those that have been constipated, and for those who had inflammation within their gut. And so that's why I do have to state that about the colon cleanse. You do get 2 bags for $40, and then for the moringas, it's $15. And then y'all, you got here I go. Look, see, I was able to move. See, I wasn't able to do that yesterday. Here I go. I got sea moss on the way, y'all. So y'all get your order in. It's going to be in a package there. It's just only going to be $20. Shipping and handling. If you want it for priority shipping, add the extra $12 onto it. If you're close enough to me here in St. Louis, between a 30-minute ratio or a distance between here and Illinois, then of course I will consider setting aside a day for delivery. However, if that's not what you want to do, then I can send it through regular mail as well. So you all call in to 618-388-8100 or via text. I do see the text first, just for the record, and then I have to answer the voice calls afterwards. And so I just want to get that on out the way, y'all, because I was just so happy. And I'm not gonna lie, I got fretful, a little scared because I hadn't pulled nothing in so long. And so I didn't honestly know what was going to happen. Hey, Debbie. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that I hope you're still on your camping trip. I hope that you enjoying it and y'all enjoying it. Are you done with your camping trip? Yeah, so let me know. I didn't get a chance to look online yet, y'all. I want a little camper too, y'all. I want to be able to go to the parks and go to town and do a little camper thing. I was all up in her beeswax, asking her where she get her little camper from. Because, yeah, I want to enjoy nature that way, too. And I didn't care how hillbilly jam it made me look. After all, my maiden name is Hill. And I do need to go visit my mother's first cousin there. He's running for senator there in Mississippi. And so I thought to go in, and even though I don't, get all caught up in politicking, but I do believe in studying it, learning it, understanding the powers that be and the laws and the effect that it has on our people and our nation. However, I have a cousin that's running for senator in Mississippi, and I wanted to come down real hillbilly jam with a standing cab truck and put me a little camper on the back and with a bullhorn. Vote for my cousin for senator so that we can have health and wellness shops all in the South. Come on board if you want colon cleanse, moringa. This is Dr. Chef in the house. In the town, in the country. And I can see it going news. And look, the news gonna be on there. We got the Senator Everett Hill cousin, naturopathic doctor going around with a bullhorn on a camper. talking about we need more wellness houses and shops and more organic gardens in the state of Mississippi. That would be me. So y'all just get ready. Keep praying for me because even though I'm saying that with a joking, like happy go lucky, I am thinking about it. It's a need. Most of our people are sick there in the South, and it's sad because that's where we started as, from learning how to crop and learn how to farm. A lot of our people there are so strong and vivacious still and have gone through so much. And so that is a desire. And as you all know, I haven't announced it much. I am going to ask again any of you all that will be in Columbia, Tennessee. Feel free. I posted one time on Facebook. I have not posted on. Look, Sister Kid cracking up, baby. I have not. Hey, Sister Nicole. I have not posted up, but I will be having my first keynote speaking engagement at a health fair there at the church in Columbia, Tennessee, 11 a.m. on July the 29th. That'll be the last Saturday of this month. I have Miss Flossie and other vendors that are talking about wanting to come down with me. My sister, different ones want to come and travel down with me to support. And I do have family. I will be reaching out to my family there in the South to see who wants to attend as well. So if you all want to meet me in person and you are in the Columbia, Tennessee, close to Greenville, I think it's close to Nashville as well, Tennessee, then come out July the 29th at 11 a.m. And for Black folks time, that'll be 10 a.m., maybe even 9 a.m. Yes. And let's have a really good, healthy, fun time. You're going to have another brother there that has his own boot camp there where he'll be doing giving certifications for on-the-spot CPR classes, y'all. And he will be able to have his short talk as well. I don't know him personally, but I hear he's good at what he does, and I'm trusting the process. And so we look forward to having a good time. They're going to have bounce house. We're going to have food. We're going to have giveaways and all that good fun stuff. It's going to be the first there in Columbia, Tennessee. So if you all come, it's Pastor Brandon. They will be there, and First Lady. They will be there hosting it there at their church, Great Harvest Church. And so we're getting prepared. And so you can only imagine how much is trying to come up to distract me, but I'm not. I was a little nervous because I'm thinking, this is close enough to, I was in Tennessee when I got that real soul shaking call that my mother had transitioned. This the last time I was in Tennessee in 2021. And I had to make the drive to Clarksdale, Mississippi. And so I'm just thankful to be able to have the opportunity to come back on a positive note to help others, to bring about encouragement, inspiration, and to bring good natural goods. I will be selling all our products there as well, and I will be giving away some products as well. I will have my cookbook. We will have other products there available that's coming in this upcoming week. And we will have the turmeric tea will be there as well, you all. And we're working on us being able to have the vegan chef, Miss Tiara, to come as well. She's going to, the plan is for her to fix up some things so I don't have to cook. I can focus on speaking and possibly doing a few consultations. And then I told them after that, yes, it's a saying, that's why it's best not to judge a book by its cover. I am going there to speak, and I'm going there to support the community there, to encourage them to be healthy and well. However, at the same time, if I see that bounce house and the kiddos and they don't look like they will, that they would destroy me or unravel my wrap, I may take a dip into the bounce house myself. Yeah, I said it. I said, I know they had never seen that before. Wait a minute, the speaker is over in the bounce house with the kids. I'm like, hey, Don't get mad at me because I'm able to speak and have fun too. So I'm coming to speak, I'm coming to eat, I'm coming to have fun to play too. So y'all come here like what y'all used to with all these other fancy speakers where y'all like y'all and yeah, I have some security, but ain't gonna be all that extra where you know, oh, I'm so important that I have to be ushered out and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna be doing all that. Mm-mm. It's gonna be a high five. It might even be a dab, and I'm getting ready to go. I'm like, hey, you know what? Can you talk to me while I'm gonna go over to this bounce house and see if it's clear? That is what I call being healthy and well. That's what I call being healthy and well. Because this is what is missing. We often say that we humbly come before our people to help them, but I do not like. It's one thing to be bougie and to get all dressed up and get all cute and fancy, or to get yourself all suited up and look out nice. But it's another thing for you to be so-called so holy to where you're no earthly good, meaning you can't truly connect with your people unless they're paying you to do so. This event is free. Did I say that? Free, open. Everybody can come. You don't have to pay nothing. It's free. It's open to charge. And so I'm going to make sure that I get the other information when I get out, and I will share the precise address and things with you all. And just keep in mind, anyone who want to place any orders for your moringa, or if you want to get a chance to get into that first order of the sea moss, then you can place your order or via text stating that you want the sea moss. And then if you want to have a certain date, a time that you want to order it, then state that date and time, so I'll know to set you something aside. It only took a little longer this first time around because I had the wrong box sizes. Now that's out the way. I have that taken care of. And so it shouldn't be any issues with you all being able to get it within that week. And so depending on now, if you order it on a Saturday, of course, that means it won't come probably in that following Monday or Tuesday. If you're doing regular mail, if you're doing priority where you are willing to pay the extra $12, then it'll come within the first 3 business days. And I was told that some even got theirs on a Saturday. So that was good. So thank you all for sending pictures. Post it up, you all, so they'll know that I do have it. Have the good stuff. And call in for those of you all that received it. Don't be shy. I'm willing to give the 10 to 15 minute counsel if you have any questions about how to best to apply it to you and yourself, your body, or to your family, friends, and loved ones. I don't mind taking on those sessions for that. And so that is Miss Naomi. I guess she didn't get ready enough time. She was supposed to come down and wave, so you all can see her. Today is Naomi's 19th birthday. For those of you all who tuned in later, I told her she's 19 years old, going on 120. And so I just wanted you all. Let me stop that. Yeah. So that's where we are today. We're going to go to. I was going to take her to see about going to the float. You all look it up in you guys' area. That's where you can go and float in the water. It usually runs about $30 or $40. You all, that's what I was told. And it has magnesium where automatic. You don't have to swim. It will have you floating. And the word is, the testimonies that I'm getting from close friends and other colleagues is that it have you feeling on cloud 10 for at least for a whole week. The magnesium and the minerals and salt that's in that purified water, they said the vibration is like something never before. Even people that have been known for being downers and drained and a lot of negative energy, they seem to, from what I saw online, appear to clean those places really, really good and practice good sterilization, which that's very, very important. Thank you, Lauren. I will also definitely let her know you used to happy birthday. And so I highly recommend it. At this point, if you have it in your area or you want to travel, I recommend you all to do the float. We have one called the float here in STL. In your area, it may be the float or the water float. and it's good for healing, relaxing the muscles, anxiety, depression, all those good things. The sessions usually last for about 60 minutes to 90 minutes. And then they have you in your own room, your own shower. You do have options for sauna, and you do have the option to get massages there. So I told her she had a choice which one she wanted to do. She said she liked to do the she wants to do the chiropractor, do get her back crack and all that good stuff. And I said, hey, that's my type of girl, because I think I want to do the same thing. And so, and then she said, we'll do the float at the end of the week. If we could do the float at the end of the week, I said, okay, sounds like a plan. And then she just wanted to get something to eat, just as simple. And so we're just thankful that you all was able to tune in, even though I had that 9 o'clock. Those of y'all that's tuning in later, the reason why I couldn't, and thank you all for the likes and shares. I couldn't because the internet just would not allow me. And so I think she may be coming down, y'all. I hear little heels. Let me see. I think somebody's gonna come. I think the birthday girl's gonna come and say hi to y'all. I think she's gonna come and say hi. She must have heard me talking. Oh Lord, y'all. She fasting, huh?